How to raise day-old chickens. Whether you have hatched the chicks in the incubator or have purchased them from a hatchery, this is only part of the battle. The true test will be when you can rear the little day-year-old chicks to full-grown chickens. Just as a brooding hen would look after her little chicks, you will also look after, care, provide food, water and warmth to the little chicks as well. Building a coop that has enough area for them and keeps them warm as well. Remember that chicks can't be kept at home and they require their own coop. Ideally, this chicken coop should be round so that there are no corners that can hurt the chickens. Even a small tub will do initially, and it should be secured on all sides with a wire mesh. This prevents the chicks from being attacked by outside predators while providing them with enough fresh air and preventing them from running all over the place. The area of the chicken coop would depend on the number of chickens that you have. The chicks have to be kept really warm. For this, the heat source should be adequate enough to keep them warm and not roast them alive. A 100-watt bulb with a heat lamp should do perfectly fine for about 25 odd small chicks. Usually the temperature should be set at a comfortable 90°F or 32°C to ensure that the temperature is constantly maintained. You would also need to have a thermometer inside the chicken coop. This temperature would be gradually decreased over the coming months. More often than not, the chickens will themselves tell you whether the temperature is hot or cold for them. If they are really peeping loudly and are huddled in a group under the lamp, it means that they are feeling cold and the distance between lamp and chicken should be decreased. If they are trying to get away as far as possible from the lamp, then it means that they are feeling extremely hot. Move away the lamp and the chicks will feel really comfortable. Lining the coop. Now that the coop and lamp is in place, the coop also needs to be lined up with sand and grit as well. Don't line the coop with newspapers, as the chickens have a natural tendency to scratch and they will tear up all the newspapers. The grit in the coop will help them to digest the food easily. If you aren't sure about the amount of grit to be used for the coop, then ask the store from where you would buy the grit and the chicken starter feed. Waterer and feeders are equally important. A waterer is also very important, as the chicks are extremely thirsty after they are born. Place the waterer in such a way that it can't be toppled over when the chicks are running around in their coop. The temperature of the water should also be maintained at 90°F. This would prevent the chicks from catching a cold when drinking the water. The feed for the day-old chickens would be chicken starter or chicken crumbles, and they will come in medicated as well as unmedicated variety. The option to buy either variety would be yours. If you have bought the chicks from a hatchery, then you could try a bag of medicated and then switch over to non-medicated. If you have hatched the chickens in your own incubator, the option is completely yours. When the chicks are just a day old, use small feeders, but ensure that they aren't made of styrofoam. Chicks have a tendency to peck at everything and can easily digest the styrofoam that isn't good for them. Teaching the little chicks to drink water. When you first introduce the chicks to their coop or pen, just watch them for some time and let them get familiar with their surroundings. The day-old chicks need to be taught to drink water. Just dip their beaks into the waterer, but ensure that their body remains dry. When they get wet, they can get chilled and die very easily. Keep a watch on them and ensure that house pets including dogs don't come near them. Teach the children the proper way of handling the chicks as well. Check below or above to get the link to access a free 54-page ebook Building a Chicken Coop.